you have got in possession, right? Which rule you have got? Third rule of cash. And Rudra. Worksheet 1. Okay. Now, we will take up today mixed examples. Can you see this? As I said to you, around 100 transactions only we will practice, so that you understand properly what are the twofold effects. Page 6 is done in the class yesterday, right? Page 6, worksheet 1. See, first effect something comes in, second effect owner is the, you have just did yesterday, I dictated you these transactions. You can fill it up again after going on. So it will be a re-practice for you people. And worksheet 2, first effect owner is the receiver, and second effect something goes out. By the way, when owner is the giver, what is the name of account? Capital account. And if owner is the receiver, what is the name of account? Now worksheet 3, these rules I want you to write in the notebook also. So worksheet 3. Now we take up mixed examples. So remember it this way, and you write it in the notebook also. Effect 1 will include, now mixed, receiver or comes in. Effect 2 will include giver or goes out. Write this in the notebook. Mixed ones, okay? And I want you to follow the same pattern I told you yesterday also. In this chapter, if you write receiver as second effect and giver as first effect, you'll get the marks, but you'll face trouble in the third chapter, next chapter. So as far as possible, follow this pattern only. Receiver, then you will write which effect? First. Giver, then second. Comes in, then first. Goes out, then second. And how will you identify the effects? Listen carefully. Every transaction, ask yourself a question. Is anyone the receiver? Reading the transaction, ask yourself the question. Is anyone the receiver? From the transaction, do you find is anyone the receiver? If you get the answer, your effect is over. If you don't get the answer, ask yourself the next question. Is anything coming in? You'll get one of the two answers. First, you'll ask yourself what question? Is anyone the receiver? If you get the answer, your effect is over. If you don't get the answer, then again ask to yourself what next question? Is anything coming in the business? You'll definitely get the answer for the second one, if not for the first. Second effect, first ask yourself the question, is anyone the giver? If you don't get the answer, then go for the second question, is anything going out? Understood this portion? So, let us take up with this. Who are still writing this? Or have written it? You can answer it in the pamphlet itself. Do you see two lines are provided everywhere? So you can answer it in the pamphlet itself, study material itself. But first understand how to do it. Sold goods of rupees 1000. Now listen carefully. Is any name given in the transaction? So if you ask yourself a question, is anyone the receiver, you will not get the answer. Suppose it was given sold goods of 1000 to Namrata. Then we would get the answer. Is anyone the receiver? Namrata is the receiver. That would be the first effect. But the name is not given. So is anyone the receiver? We don't get the answer. Now we ask the next question to ourselves. Is anything coming in? If you sell goods, then we will receive the money. So cash will come in. If you sell goods, we will receive the money. So cash will come in. So first effect would be cash comes in, affects which account? Cash account. Understood this everyone? This we did yesterday. So first, what question you'll ask to yourself? Who is the receiver? If you don't get the answer, what comes in? Now same way, second effect. First we ask to ourselves, is anyone the giver? Our own business is the giver, which we have never mentioned. Because all transactions are done by our business only. So our own business name will never come anywhere. In our own books of accounts, our own business name will never come anywhere. So, is anyone the giver? No name is given. No one is the giver. Is anything going out? We are selling the goods, so goods are going out. So, effect 2, goods goes out affects sales account. I can hear the noise in between. Maintain silence, no one should be talking. No, you cannot write goods account. This, if you remember, after the terms I discussed. First period when I discussed, second period the terms, capital, drawings, liabilities, assets, debtor, creditors. After that I discussed with you a term that whenever in the business goods are purchased, we will simply call it as purchases. Whenever goods are sold, we will simply call it as sales. In case of assets, you will write the name of asset. And the reason also I told you, because you purchase the goods again and again. It happens many times in the year, so we simply call it as purchases. And you sell goods again and again, so you simply call it as sale. Whenever goods are sold, the name of account will be sales account. Understood this portion? Any doubts with that? And whenever goods are purchased, purchase account. But don't apply this rule for assets other than goods. If you purchase furniture, then don't write purchase account, then you write furniture account. If you purchase vehicles, don't write purchase account, you write vehicles account. But if you purchase goods, purchase account. Same way if you sell goods, but if you sell furniture, furniture account. If you sell vehicles, vehicle account. The word purchase and sales will be used only for goods. Got it, everyone? Able to identify how to get the effects? Look at one more. 12th. Anyone who wants me to explain the 11th again? First ask yourself a question. Is anyone the receiver in this transaction? No name is given, so you don't get the answer. Second, ask yourself a question. Is anything coming in the business? We are selling goods, so we will receive the money. So cash comes in affects cash account. For second effect, first ask yourself a question. Is anyone the giver? Here we don't get the answer. So go to the next question. Is anything going out? We are selling goods, so goods goes out, and whenever goods are sold, the name of account will be sales. Raise your hand who is still not clear with it and wants me to repeat it again. Whenever you want to identify the two effects, you'll ask yourself two questions. First question, is anyone the receiver? For that, name should be given in the transaction. Name is not given, so we don't get the answer. Second question you'll ask to yourself.
Sir, if the name is given and receiver or the giver, so how?
We'll have that. It will come across, so you'll understand. Okay? But if the name is given, then you'll have that effect. That person is the receiver. But here, no name is given, so we ask the next question. What question? What comes in the business? We are selling goods, so we receive money. So what comes in the business? Cash comes in, affects cash account. For second effect, first question you'll ask to yourself, who is the giver? Here no name is given, so no one is the giver. If you don't get the answer, ask the second question to yourself. What goes out? We are selling goods, so goods goes out, and that will affect which account? Sales. When goods are sold, the name of account will be sales. Understood this? Anyone else having any doubt in it? Second, send an invitation to a friend for dinner. Non-economic transaction. Write down something non-economic. No effects. Sending an invitation, money is not involved. So non-economic transaction. Any doubts with this? And that was a personal transaction, not a business transaction. You are inviting for dinner at home, not in business. So it's a non-economic and non-business transaction. Now, purchase goods of rupees 5,000. Let us first ask the question. Who is the receiver? Business. Owner is not purchasing for his house. Your purchasing goods means all this is done not by the owner but by the business. On behalf of business, owner will do. So you will not say business. I told you with business name you will never write in the books of accounts. Is any name of person given? So we don't get the answer who is the receiver. Ask the next question. What comes in? Goods comes in. We are purchasing goods, so goods comes in. Do you understand this? So write down. First effect, goods comes in. Now just now I told you whenever you purchase goods, what will be the name of account? Purchase account. So affects purchases account. Able to understand this? Once again, first question you ask, who is the receiver? We don't get the answer. So you ask the second question, what comes in? We are purchasing goods, so goods comes in affects purchase account. Now who is the giver? You are purchasing goods, then your business is the receiver. No one is the giver. Name is not given. So who is the giver? You don't get the answer. What goes out? Cash. If you are purchasing goods, you have to pay the money. So effect to cash goes out affects cash account. Able to understand this? All are able to identify to get the two effects? I repeat it one more time. Who is the receiver? No one is the receiver. So we ask the next question. What comes in? Goods comes in. There is a first effect, affects purchase account. Who is the giver? We don't get the answer. So we ask the second question. What goes out? We are paying for the money of goods purchase. So cash goes out, affects cash account. Any doubts in that? 14. Decided to increase salary of an accountant by rupees 2,000. Only decided. So non-economic. No transaction is actually taking place. It is a non-economic transaction. Any confusion so far? Now 15th. Purchased Maruti car for rupees 30,000. Ask yourself the first question. Who is the receiver? Do we get the answer? No. Ask yourself the second question. What comes in? Maruti car comes in. Okay. So let on effect one. Car comes in. Affects vehicle account. You can also write car account, you can also write vehicle account, both are correct. Okay. And effect 2. Yes, but let us go systematically, initially. Later on you can reply the effects directly. But right now, who is the giver? No one, no answer we get because name is not given. So what goes out? Cash. We are purchasing car means we have to pay the money. So cash goes out. Affects cash account. Able to understand this, everyone? Then 16th. Shall I take up the 16th transaction?
Yes.
Received an order from Vinay to supply pizza of rupees 5. We studied this earlier in the first period of this chapter that receiving or giving an order is always non-economic transaction. It is a non-economic transaction. Unlike the word order, order is always non-economic. Okay. Next, sold old sofa set of rupees 3,000. Raise your hand. Effect 1. Very good. So many are able to identify. Very, very good. Sheetal.
Cash comes in.
Affects?
Affects cash account.
Correct. First, ask the question. Who is the receiver? Any name is given? We don't get the answer. What comes in if we sell the old sofa set? Sofa goes out. What comes in? Cash. If you sell the sofa, you'll receive the money. So what comes in? Cash comes in. Able to understand this, everyone? So, right now, effect 1. Cash comes in, affects cash account. Please no discussions in between. Any confusion in this? Raise your hand. Second effect. Hit.
Sofa goes out, affects furniture account.
Correct. Sofa goes out, don't write sofa account. Because we will not open so many accounts in the books. Every account which you write, you open that account in the books later on. So table account, chair account, furniture, all comes in furniture. Otherwise there will be many accounts in our books. So all these things we will treat in only one account. What is that? Furniture account. So effect 2. First ask yourself a question. Who is the giver? No one is the giver because name is not given. What goes out if we sell the sofa set? So sofa goes out but affects furniture account. Are you all able to understand this? Any confusions? Now, all of you try. Okay, 18th I do it, then 19 onwards you try certain transactions on your own, okay? 18th, bank sanctioned an overdraft of rupees 2 lakh. Put your pens down. In case of bank balance, two things are possible. Listen carefully. Two things are possible. Positive balance, negative. Positive means your deposits are more than your withdrawals. Negative means your withdrawals are more than your deposits. Now you may come across a question. How can withdrawal be more than deposit? If I have 5,000 in the bank account, bank will not give me 6,000 only. In fact, we have to maintain some minimum balance also. So if minimum balance is 1,000, I cannot even withdraw 5,000. I can withdraw only if I withdraw more than 4,000, then they will levy certain charges for the same, for not maintaining the minimum balance also. Negative balance is possible with prior permission of bank. If you have good relations with the bank and you are doing the things and transactions with the banks for past many years, then you go and request to the bank that in my balance there is 50,000 but I need 70,000 rupees. In short, I need a loan of 20,000. Now, if your 50,000 bank was giving you 9% interest, then bank will say, okay, we will give you 70,000. But you will have to pay us 11% interest on that. On your deposit of 50,000, you are getting how much? 9%. On your deposit of 50,000, you are getting what rate? 9%. Bank will give you 20,000 extra. But they will charge what amount? 11% on that 20,000. So bank is earning, it is a kind of loan you are getting from the bank, and bank charges 2% extra than what bank was giving you. How much more amount did we withdraw from the bank? 20,000. It is called bank overdraft. What do you call that as? As the name suggests, overdraft. Overdraft. Draft means withdrawn. Over withdrawn. You have withdrawn more amount than what is lying in your bank balance. The first one is simply called balance, bank balance, positive. But if the bank balance goes negative, means your withdrawals are more than your deposits, then excess amount withdrawn is called what? Bank overdraft. So in the transaction I explained you, what is overdraft amount? 70,000 or 20,000? 20,000. What is the over withdrawn amount? 20,000. Understood this? It is a kind of short-term loan borrowed from the bank. Any confusion in this? In the notebook, write down bank overdraft. Should I dictate? If the amount withdrawn from the bank is more than the amount deposited in the bank, comma, then the excess amount, the excess, EXCESS, the excess amount withdrawn is called bank overdraft. Understood the meaning of bank overdraft? Okay. Now here, be attentive. As I said, can you go directly to the bank and withdraw this 20,000? What do you have to do? Prior permission. You have to go talk to the bank. In return, you have to take a sanction. In return, you have to take the sanction means authority, permission from the bank that you will be given this much amount. Here, what is it given? Bank sanctioned overdraft of rupees 2 lakhs. Now, suppose today I go to the bank and I say I am in need of 2 lakhs more money. Bank sanctions it, gives me the letter. You can withdraw 2 lakhs whenever you want. Transaction will take place when actually I withdraw the money. Bank has given the sanction. Now I don't need the money for the next 5 days. I don't withdraw. Otherwise, interest will charge the moment. Interest will start the moment you start withdrawing the money. I don't need it for the next 5 days. I don't withdraw. Sanction I obtain with the prior approval. I withdraw the money after 5 days. So actually, overdraft will come into existence today or after 5 days. Right now, it is a non-economic transaction. Bank has only sanctioned amount I have not withdrawn. Did you understand this portion, everyone? So underline the word sanctioned and write down non-economic transaction. Understood this? When actually I go and withdraw the money, it will be an economic transaction. Solve 19, 20, 21, 22, 4 transactions on your own. Then I'll discuss them. Please try it on your own. It's very simple. Ask yourselves 4 simple questions. Who is the receiver? If you don't get the answer, ask what comes in. Then ask yourself who is the giver. If you don't get the answer, ask yourself what goes out. No one should be talking. Try it completely on your own. Yes, because who brought that goods? Owner. You are not purchasing them from the market. These goods we are purchasing from the market. Purchase word means you are purchasing it from the market. When owner brings the goods in the business, you simply write goods account. When you purchase it from the market, you write purchase account. Any other doubts? Feel free to ask. Totally new subject, accountancy, so the doubts will crop in again and again. Get them clarified. Shall I discuss the answers? Yes. Who all are doing up till 22 still? Anyone still doing up till 22? Okay, check your. Yes, check your answers. Mobile comes in, affects mobile account. Cash goes out, affects cash account. Yes. No, will not say asset because there are many types of assets in the business. So whenever any asset is purchased or sold, specifically write the name of that asset which is purchased or sold. Like we did that furniture account, not sofa account. Not asset account. There also we written furniture account, not asset account. Okay? So I repeated, mobile comes in, affects mobile account, cash goes out, affects cash account. Who all got it wrong? Next. Goods comes in affects purchase account, cash goes out affects cash account. Who all got it right? Next. Sold furniture of rupees 1500, cash comes in affects cash account, furniture goes out affects furniture account. Who all have it in sales account? Sure, no one? Goods comes in affects goods account, purchase account, cash goes out affects cash account. Who all could get it right? So everyone is clear with this? Now look at transaction 23. Clear in the 23rd transaction. Sold goods to Kajol. Listen carefully. Sold goods to Kajol for rupees 1000. Person's name is given. First of all, tell me, is it a cash transaction or credit transaction? What is this cash, credit, cash, credit? Credit transaction, name is given. Shh. Silence. Second rule, when cash or check or credit is not given, look for the name. Name is given means you have to remember Kajol. Error is loving we have to remember Kajol because she has not paid the money. We have sold other goods, she has not paid the money, so we have to remember her name so that we can recover the money in future. Remember, whenever there is a credit transaction, cash will never come in or go out because credit means the payment or receipt will be done in future. Understood that? Now ask yourself the question, who is the receiver? Kajol is, you get the answer. So that is the first effect. Effect 1. Kajol is the receiver. Now be attentive. Kajol is not the owner. So don't write drawings account, write Kajol's account. Who is this? We have not studied only anything like that up till now. Then also we cannot write Kajol's account. Okay. Kajol is the receiver of X. Kajol's account. Silence. And yes. Further, second effect. Who is the giver? No one. What goes out? So effect 2. Goods goes out affects sales account. Did all of you understand this? And when owner is the receiver, affects drawings account. But any other person is the receiver, affects that person's account only. Understood this portion? When owner is the giver, capital account. But anyone else is the giver, affects that person's account only. Next. Bought goods from Arjun rupees 30,000. Who is the receiver? Arjun is not the receiver. No one is the receiver. We have purchased goods from Arjun, so Arjun is the giver. Is anyone the receiver? No. Ask the next question. Is anything coming in? Goods comes in. So, right. Goods comes in. Affects purchases account. Please silence, no discussions. Who is talking? Next. Further, second effect, first ask the question, who is the giver? Now you get the answer. And name is given means it's a credit transaction. So you will write second effect, Arjun is the giver, and on affects which account? Arjun's account. Okay, affects Arjun's account. Did all of you understand this? Next. Anyone who wants me to explain again 23rd or 24th? 24th. Bought goods from Arjun. Who is the receiver? No one is the receiver. Our business is only the receiver. So that we will not write. What comes in bought goods? So goods comes in affects purchase account.
Sir, goods account में
No. Whenever we purchase goods, you will write purchase account.
Purchase account.
Goods account will be written only when owner brings the goods from home into the business. As we did yesterday. When you buy it, if instead of bought, B-O-U-G-H-T, if it was written brought, B-R-O-U-G-H-T, then who would bring?
Owner.
Then you would write goods account. But this is not brought, it is bought. Bought means purchase. Any other confusions? Raise your hand. All are clear up till here? Next. Sold goods of rupees 2000 to Aman and received cash. Now listen carefully because you don't make a mistake. Who is the receiver? No. The reason. Underline the word received cash. Is it a cash transaction or credit? Yes. Should we remember the name of Aman? No. He has already paid us the money, so we should not write Aman's name in our books of accounts. Though Aman is the receiver, we will not write it. Because we don't have to remember that we still have to receive money from Aman. Once again, why we will not write Aman is the receiver? Because he has already paid us the money. We don't have to remember Aman's name because he has already paid us the money. So in a cash transaction, person's name will not come. So who is the receiver? Aman is the receiver, but we will not write that. Now second, what comes in? Cash. So that we will write. Cash comes in, affects cash account. Effect 2. Who is the giver? No one. What goes out? Goods goes out.
Sales.
Yes, affects sales account. So whenever the word cash is given, you should not write the name of person. Is every one of you clear with this? Anyone having any doubt up till here? Look at 26. Underline the word order and write down non-economic transaction. Written that everyone? Look at 27th now, be attentive. Please don't speak in between and ask. I want everyone to answer it one by one only. Sold goods to pull in rupees 10,000. Raise your hand. What will be the first effect? Ayushi? And affects? Correct, sit down. Who is the receiver? If you ask the question, you get the answer. Pull in is the receiver. And it's a credit transaction because name is given. So effect 1. Pull in is the receiver. Affects pull in's account. Raise your hand. Second effect. Prince.
Sir, cash comes in cash account.
No. Yes, please silence and don't answer randomly. As I said, raise your hands only. Goods goes out, affects sales account. Put your hands now. Prince. What did you say? Cash comes in, right? Okay, so now Cash comes in will never happen because it is a credit transaction. We discussed it. Name is given means it's a credit transaction, so cash cannot come in. Okay. Second effect is we are selling goods, so goods goes out, affects sales account. Any confusion in that? No. Now, try 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Now 28 I'm doing it. Okay. Received cash from pull-in rupees 5,000. Raise your hand. First effect. Harshida?
Cash comes in and affects cash account.
Correct. If you ask yourself the question, who is the receiver, do you get the answer? Because we are receiving from pull-in. Pull-in is not the receiver, he is the giver. So no one is the receiver. If you ask the second question, what comes in? We are receiving cash from pull-in, so cash comes in. Is everyone able to understand this? So effect 1, cash comes in, affects cash account. Salience. And effect 2, raise your hand. Darshan. Affects? Correct. So now, is everyone clear with this? Received from whom? Pull-in. So who is the giver? Pull-in is the giver. You get the answer for the first question itself. Pull-in is the giver. Affects pull-in's account. After certain practice, you need not even ask yourself the questions. You directly be able to identify the effects without asking the question to yourselves. All of you are clear with it? Complete up till 34. From 29 to 34, all try that, then I'll discuss that. It's a settlement transaction, cash transaction, but when you are talking about when we write pull-in's account, that is only, I told you, when goods and assets transaction take place. Only then you have to identify is it cash or credit. When goods and assets transaction take place, then in credit transaction cash will not come. But this is not goods and assets transaction, it is settlement. Settlement means if just now prior to that we sold goods to pull-in, that was a credit transaction. Yes, please maintain silence. Now when you sell goods to pull-in and he does not pay you the money right now, in future will he pay you the money or not? So when in future he pays the money, his name will again come in the books of accounts. So in settlement transaction, cash will also come and person's name will also. Okay, by the time those who are still doing it, yesterday we did 3 goods transactions. Do you remember samples transactions? Raise your hand, you can tell me which one is economic and which one is non-economic. Prachi?
When goods are given for the sample by the owner and it is economic transactions, and when the retailer person gets the goods, it is non-economic transaction for him, and when he gives a sample to his customers, it is economic.
Correct, very good. When the manufacturer himself or any businessman gives his own goods as free samples, it is economic transaction. But when you receive the goods as free samples, it is non-economic. And the goods which you receive as free samples, you further give it as free samples, it is again non-economic. Shall I discuss all the 4 now? Yes. 6. Purchase from Santosh Furniture Mart. Furniture from Santosh Furniture Mart for rupees 40,000. Effect 1. Furniture comes in affects furniture account. Raise your hand who has written purchase account. Furniture comes in affects furniture account. Effect 2. Santosh Furniture Mart is the giver, affects Santosh Furniture Mart account. Who want to get this right? Anyone who has done it wrong, raise your hand. I want to know the mistakes. Yes. Riya, what mistake?
I wrote cash goes out.
Name is given Santosh. Means it's a credit transaction. So cash does not go out. You say Santosh is the giver. Please tell me your mistakes so that I can identify still where you are going wrong. Okay? Next. Goods comes in affects purchases account and Harbhajan is the giver, affects Harbhajan account. Who want to get it right? Here anyone who has written cash goes out, raise your hand. Again, name is given Harbhajan, means it's a credit transaction. And tell me one thing, do you ask yourself these questions?
Yes.
If you ask the question, who is the giver, you get the answer. Then why did you ask only what goes out? Who is the giver, you get the answer. Harbhajan is the giver. So second question only will not come what goes out. So if you do it, please do it systematically right now. Ask the questions to yourselves. Later on you'll be able to identify directly, but right now don't be in hurry of getting the answers. Otherwise your concepts will be lacking. Okay? Next. Goods comes in affects purchases account and Mahi is the giver affects Mahi's account. Again, anyone who has written cash goes out. Next. Goods comes in affects purchase account and cash goes out affects cash account. Here who has written Yuvraj is the giver. For cash what is given? Means it's a cash transaction. So do we need to remember the name of Yuvraj?
No.
No. Cash goes out affects cash account. Yuvraj's name will not come because it is a cash transaction. Able to understand these principles, everyone? Next. Cash comes in affects cash account. Furniture goes out affects furniture account. Anyone who has written sales account? See, whenever goods are sold, then only sales. If any asset is sold, then assets account will only come. Okay? And the last one, it is an economic transaction. Credit, so credit transaction. Suraj is the receiver, affects Suraj account. Goods goes out, affects sales account. Yes, credit of 10 days. Credit of 10 days means it's a credit transaction. And credit transactions are economic transactions. Silence! When I am discussing and speaking something in the class, no one else will speak in between. Last and strict warning to every one of you. When we sell goods on credit of 10 days, means Suraj is going to pay the money after 10 days. And it's a credit transaction. What is credit? Receipt or payment will be done in future. But credit transaction is an economic transaction. Economic itself includes cash and credit. So it is an economic transaction. Effect 1, Suraj is the receiver and you have to remember the name of Suraj because we still have to collect the money after 10 days. So Suraj is the receiver affects Suraj account and goods goes out affects sales account. Who could get this correct? So is every one of you clear with this? Any confusions?
Why can't we write it like this for purchase account
29 because furniture is purchased. Furniture is an asset, furniture account. Purchase and sales word, purchase and sales word we will use only for goods. And what are goods? I discussed the items in which you do your business. Is everyone clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Ask it still if there are any confusions, get it clarified. Any other doubts or confusions? Because it's for cash. Means Yuvraj we have paid the money to Yuvraj. So we don't have to remember the name of Yuvraj in our books of accounts. If the word for cash was not given, then name indicates it's a credit transaction. Then we need to remember that we still have to pay the money to Yuvraj. Then we would write Yuvraj's name in our books of accounts. That Yuvraj is the name. Here we don't have to remember the name of Yuvraj because we have already paid in cash. So in cash transactions, person's name will not come. Yes, still any doubts? Ask it. Sure, all of you are clear up till here? One more new aspect to this we will add it tomorrow. So right now I'll ask you tomorrow this. Effect 1 will include if anyone is the or if anything. Effect 2 will include if anyone is the or if anything. Okay. Bye everyone.